Hello there, welcome to Tech and Cash. I hope you are doing well. So today we have another review of a 3-players game. If you saw the title, you already knew I was against 2 ravens in this game. So that was quite an uphill battle. So I have Visionary Leader and Backyard Birder here, probably going with the Backyard Birder. They're both not great. For the Backyard Birder, you have to play 5 birds just to score 3 additional points. But looking at the starting hands here, the best birds to keep probably are Sapsucker and Yellowthroat. And I'm keeping the Snow Egret here too because I have to play the Sapsucker and then gain food to play the Yellowthroat. So while I'm gaining food, I can pick up a fish that will allow me to play the Snow Egret. So 2 birds in the wetland in early game, not a bad idea. I mean, the Sapsucker and the Yellowthroat are really great birds for early game. For starting hands, it was really great. And then Indigo Bunting in the grassland. I made a video about it, you should check it out. It's quite effective in the grassland because when you lay egg, you get to pick up either a grub or a cherry from the bird feeder. So it can kind of provide you food sources in early game while laying egg. And the Yellowthroat here is great too because you get to look through 2 cards and keep 1. So definitely great to help dig through the cards and find the cards that really work for your setup. So second bird in the wetland. Now I can look at 4 cards and keep 3. That's pretty helpful. So you gain food and they have the black tern here. The black tern is another great bird for the wetland. 1 food for 4 points and star nest. And you get to tuck and discard card. The Blind Swallow, very nice pickup here, especially this early in the game. The Nuthatch as well, that can really help me to build up my forest. The Blind Swallow gotta be one of the best tuck and draw bird in the base game because it's only 1 grub and he has star nest. You can play in the grassland or in the wetland. And look at this, I also got the American Robin, which is very nice. So now I have at least 2 tuck and draw bird in the grassland. So I can build, quite a powerful engine in the grassland using the tuck and draw birds that I got here. And I drew them quite early too, so. So I drew more cards here before I pick up card because I want to exchange 1 card that I don't want to play for extra food. That's why I went for the card draw here. And of course, I reviewed the Raven, so that was unfortunate. And of course, my opponent picked it up. So the great thing about having tuck and draw birds is that there's really less pressure with the card draw. Say if you don't draw the cards that really works for your setup, you can just use your tuck and draw card bird to shuffle them and try to find the cards that really works for you. So I pick up the Downy Woodpecker here. I can really play 2 birds in the forest and really build it up. So here's the first Raven. Yeah, I thought my move was to play 2 birds in the forest, but for whatever reason I decided to draw more cards. I think maybe part of it was I saw that my opponent played a raven, and I knew that I was up against a raven. It's gonna be hard for me to slowly build up the forest and then gain food and play bird. I was really hoping that I can find birds that can help me to gain food in the grassland, like the hummingbird or crow, the fish crow. Those would be nice. I guess the yellow-billed cuckoo bird is a pretty nice pickup here as well, because I get free egg whenever my opponent lay eggs, and they are going to lay a lot of eggs because they have the raven. So time to pick up food to play my birds here. Having a hard time deciding what birds to play. I think the barn swallow definitely. I pick a rodent hoping that I can play the predator, the hawk. I think part of the reason is I was trying to compete for the second round bonus as well. Play the bald eagle and roadrunner, very nice. So my opponent there really building up their grassland engine, while also, you know, having the raven to gain food. It's kind of a risky move here to spend 2 food to play the dove, which is 0 point. And the whole reason why I did that was to compete for the second end of round goal for platform birds with eggs. So playing the dove, I get 4, so I can guarantee first place. I'm not sure if it was totally worth it. Again, 2 food, that was, you know, pretty risky. Especially, it's not like I have a super strong forest engine going. The safer play would have been just play my American Robin and then lay eggs and tuck and draw. That would be 5 points. So my opponents also played a goose there. Definitely getting stronger and stronger engine there. Having the raven and the goose, that's usually a very strong combo. So here, I'm definitely eyeing on the fish crow, because the fish crow can really help me to solve my food problem. If I can get my fish crow out in the grassland, that would be really ideal. Then I can activate my grassland engine to score points, and at the same time use my fish crow to gain food to play more birds. So here playing the robin is not a bad idea. So I can play the robin, play the fish crow, and then lay eggs. But then I saw the wren. I was thinking I can also play the wren and the fish crow, and then that can help build my grassland engine up to 4 eggs. And the nice thing about the wren here is it has 5 spots for eggs, so it can really help And look at this, they also play the duck-eye jungle. That's one of the best combo you can think of. You have the jungle where you tuck and get a grain, and then you can discard the grain and tuck 2 cards under the goose. The only way that can make the engine better is to have a killdeer. So you activate a killdeer, get card, tuck under dark-eye jungle, and then discard the grain to tuck 2 under the crane or the goose. So I've been getting quite a lot of eggs from my cuckoo bird. That's nice. And now I'm playing the robin. And you can quickly see here playing that house wren was really a good idea because of my grassland engine and my opponent giving me free eggs. I'll be running off spots for eggs pretty fast. So the wobbler is nice for bonus card. So right now my grassland engine is about 4, 5, 6, 7 points minus 1 egg that the crow eat to turn into food. So 6 points engine. It's pretty good. And my opponents also have a very strong engine there with the jungle and goose. Again, the key here is to keep enough egg spots so I can keep activating my grassland engine. And that's not going to be easy. So drawing the puffin here, not necessary that I want to play it, but just to deny my opponents because it's a pretty big bird, and since they have the raven, they can play it pretty easily. Alright, my egg spots are filling up. I don't have that many turns. I still have 4 turns. Definitely no way I can just activate my grassland for 4 times in the end game. That would have been nice. Pretty straightforward points there. Yeah, nowhere I can play the hog. So 3 more turns. More eggs from my opponent. So here's a plan to play the downy woodpecker and the warbler, the cerulean warbler for bonus card. So I get 4 more spots for eggs. I spend some extra eggs. That's gonna help with my problem. So here I have the breeding manager and viticulturalist. 3 points from the viticulturalist, and I need to play 1 more cherry bird to gain 7 points. But there's no way I can gain enough food to play another cherry bird. And actually, with the breeding manager, I have... So my opponent were playing big birds at this point. So I ended up having 4 birds that can satisfy the breeding manager. So 4 points versus 3. That was a good choice, the breeding manager. And I'm pretty sure I scored the maximum for backyard birder as well because of all the low points bird that I play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. 7 birds less than 4 points. I believe I scored 6 or 7 points from the backyard birder. And that was really thanks to the downy woodpecker. I think the downy woodpecker was the last bird that's worth less than 4 points to help me score the backyard birders, so that worked out pretty well. But wasn't sure if that was enough to win the game at this point, because my opponent's grassland engine is pretty strong too, and they had a lot of tug. So I'm just spending eggs to gain food here, because food is tiebreaker at the end of the game, and I'm completely filled with my spots for eggs. Look, I'm missing so many free eggs there, and we tie for the last end of round go. So definitely keeping my eyes on the flan switch scores. They were the one with the super strong grassland engine. And yep, I ended up winning the game with 5 points. I think the turning point for me for this game was the fish crow. If I didn't have the fish crow, I would have to activate my force to gain food to play more birds. That would have been pretty slow, and I would have been missing out a lot of points. And drawing birds like the robin and the swallow and mourning dove, that really helped to build out my grassland engine, helps a lot too. So I gain points every time I activate my grassland while I was gaining 1 foot at a time. It's kind of slow, but it ended up being, enough. I guess that's the key here when you're playing against the overpowered birds opponent. You want to limit your activation of habitats to 2, because that's what your opponent would do. If they have the raven or the killdeer in the grassland, they only need to activate 2 habitats. So if you can kind of do the same, then you can catch up. In any case, that was the game. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I'll see you in the next one.